Yeah, okay. Good morning and welcome to Chaser SMC Opens. And isn't this a turnout for the books? This is Kayou's Transformers Series 1. Um, I haven't bought a box of Series 1 before, though I did get a few packs in one of my boxes of one of my orders of Series 3 some time ago. But I don't, I didn't traditionally care for Series 1. Look, what I'm actually going to do, I wasn't expecting to open this straight away. Apologies for the appearance Saturday morning. I have coffee in tow. Hey, check this right as well. See how entitled this is? This is a self-stirring mug that you can get from like Temu or something like that. So it's got a battery on there, right? Push the button, obviously get the temperature as well, and then it fucking stirs. Isn't that a bit entitled? Do you reckon that's a bit entitled? I reckon that's a bit entitled, really. But as it may, here we are. So, look, I wasn't, I've recorded one video as I record this. I've recorded one video of the Megathon, one of 4. I wasn't going to do this one yet, but obviously you can see the box took a bit of a beating or two. I'm kind of hoping the cards are okay. I wasn't going to do this one yet, but I kind of wanted to because I might get the opportunity to be able to spend a bit more money. You know me, right? I don't like saving. It's like, fuck you, queer. No. Fucking gay. Oh, sorry. It's not really. It'd be smart, really. But you only live once, fuck you, be dead tomorrow. We'll fucking get some cards today. So I kind of thought, well, I wanted to open this and get an idea of what Series 1 is like, in the flesh, as it were. Before, obviously, I get the opportunity to spend any money. I might as well talk as I open this, right? Just so, if I really take to it, when I really like it, then I can get some more. I wouldn't call it likely, but I am interested in seeing how this goes. So yeah, like anyone who's been around my channel for a while has seen me open box after box after box of Kayou's Transformers. This is the first box I have cracked of their series 1. Yeah, not ideal really. Still, look, the condition isn't great as well. But it is what it is, right? Fucking hell. Let's see how we go. So yeah, I've got no idea how I'm going to take to this one. These actually seem to be. I'm going to go in upside down on this one, and I'll get an idea of what they're like. I know it's got special cards as well. I don't think Series 1 has numbered cards though. This is kind of. The cards aren't too bad out of the pack, if I'm being honest, as far as their condition's concerned. There's a bit of a bend, nothing terrible. These two kind of exemplify the problem I have with Series 1. Now, I realise, obviously, when you want to do cards, like Kayou, for example, we've got the Transformers franchise, that's great, But these are obviously animated influences. This isn't me. Me is G1, me is... obviously the G1 show 1984 and the movie 1986. That is mostly what I'm all about. So look, that's obviously Megatron. I don't know who Dead End is. Don't know, don't care either, as the expression goes. I've got some sleeves here, but I'm not going to bother sleeving cards like that because they don't really matter a great deal to me. Now, obviously, I've seen cards like this here as well. I think they're a bit stuck together, yes. Deadliest Weapon is Terror, Thundercracker, This obviously is the G1 that I know and love. It's not a great card. The condition of the card isn't great, but it is nice for me to open a box from Series 1, even though it's unlikely I will buy more from this series, if I'm being honest. But I wanted to do it because I just kind of wanted to get an idea of how I would, I suppose, take to it really, and if I like it enough to get any more, which is looking unlikely, I'll be honest. But we're one pack down and there's like another 17 to go. Plus I think there's a promo as well. Fucking hell. And I'm really making a mess here, aren't I? Sorry, hold on a minute. Fucking card sleeves everywhere. So, obviously I'm in my dressing gown. That must mean I'm doing a recording on not a working day. Because when I get up on my working day, I've got maybe half an hour in front of the computer and then I kind of have a shower and all that lovely fun stuff. But I've got my dressing gown on here. Obviously I've got a lot more time now. Again, another character, Aimless, that I don't know. Obviously I've got this lenticular jazz. It's not the best lenticular technology, but it's not the worst. You can tell obviously there's a bend on all of these cards. It is, fucking hell, it is what it is. I mean, it really is. The one form doesn't go away before the other one starts reappearing. That said, I have seen worse lenticular cards as far as the quality of lenticular is concerned. The rest of the cards seem to be okay as far as my opening them from the top is concerned. So I think I've cracked the first pack, or the worst pack as far as the condition of the packs were concerned, straight away. After this, okay, get used to turning them over, Si. After this, I will be returning back to the Transformers 1 card. As far as card openings are concerned, I will be returning back to the Transformers 1, but I do have more cards coming as well. Acid Storm and Slipstream, I don't know who they are either. Again, I'm G1, Season 1, the 86 movie in particular, but Season 1 as well, and Season 2, probably a little bit of Season 3, but that was kind of where they started really getting a bit carried away and adding a lot of characters that, again, all a little bit after my time. I'm aware of these ones, the SRs. I mean, it's nice for me to see something that I sort of, a character that I know well. I'm just going to kind of, this pile here, I'm not generally going to be concerned about. This could be like a G1 pile maybe, Yeah, that's actually a nice ravage if I'm being honest. It's not terrible, but it doesn't do a great deal for me. It's only because it's a character that I know. And Swoop, I don't know what, yeah, see that, it's not great lenticular technology if I'm being honest, It's alright, but, what I might actually do is move my sleeves out of the way until such time as I need them, because the bottom of my sleeve here, of my dressing gown, UK, is catching on it and it's moving the sleeves around. Really not a proper, professional setup here. You know me, I'm no fucking pro, right? But it's Saturday morning, my time, so Saturday morning is obviously when you're feeling pretty good. Alright, and I'll get used to turning around. But see, again, look, it's nice that this is Optimus, for example. I don't know who Windblade is. It's nice that this is Optimus, for example. You can tell, obviously, it's based on him, but it's obviously more about animated, really. So I'm going to skip through most of those. This is obviously much more my jam, but I do know the set has sort of nicer, rarer cards that might certainly be more my style. I don't care a lot for these, if I'm being honest. I don't. Let's crack on. Let's crack on and see how we go. Yeah, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it straight away. Really. See, look at this. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, obviously, I know Bumblebee there, right? But I have no idea who Repugnus is. No idea. It's one that looks like one of the fucking Sharkticons, if you ask me. Bumblebee, yeah, look, it's alright, I suppose. These ones aren't bad, but I'm getting the sort of motif here, like it's all sort of same, really, isn't it? You know. I do think it would have been a mistake for me to bought more of these. This is nice though. You are 7 of 8 Soundwave. It's not the best rendition of Soundwave I've ever seen. That would probably be more my my BP of Soundwave, which you've seen before from Series 3. One of my best cards. That's a fucking really good Soundwave. But this isn't terrible, so that's going to go in my elite tier over there. I don't think I'll bother sleeving anything on camera, now that I think about it. Not unless I get something really fucking mesmerising, you know. That was not a bad one, though. Alright. I mean, it's nice for me to see RC here, I suppose, you know, introduced in the 86 movie, but obviously, again, you can tell the animated influences on these cards. Grimlock, yeah, that's not bad as well, but again, obviously animated, you know. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm really seeing a pattern emerging with these. I mean, it's okay, isn't it, really? Nice Starscream there, if I'm being honest, you know. Again, the lenticular is not great, but not terrible either. Really sort of gritty looking hound there with an SSR. There are some of these that are quite nice, like I think they've got a Jetfire one. I wouldn't mind that. I don't really have. Like I've got a box for Siege Jetfire up over there, because Jetfire was a great character in the episodes of Series 1 that he was in, but he didn't get a lot of exposure past that point. Yeah, look, I'm gonna just skip these if I'm being honest, you know. Me Grimlock. See, this isn't bad, eh? Like, give me, you know, they're trying to make up some of the expressions sometimes, and they really don't really get it right, you know. Logic is the ultimate weapon. You see that one? What's that? Prowl? Like, really? You know. What I would have much preferred they did with these is take something they said during a notable thing they said during, like this, for example, you know, and run with that, you know. That one's not bad on account of the fact that I'm not sure if I care. Yeah, on account of the fact that obviously you can see really G1 influences. He doesn't transform into that nice car, for example. No idea who Lionizer is. Yeah. So yeah, look, it really is looking like obviously I won't get another box of Series 1. Series 2 and especially 3 are much more my jam. They really are. This is nice though. Like, it's alright, isn't it? They're always stuck together about that point. That's not bad. It's nice. That's good for me. But look, I understand as far as well, Jesus Christ, look at that fucking weapon he's got. Can you see that? Fucking hell, sludge. Oh, that's a great way to start the day with one of those. Fucking hell. Great way to start the day. That's not a terrible shockwave, if I'm being honest as well. That's alright, really. Yeah, so Series 1. I know there are a couple of guys on like the Archivist Discord who've bought a lot of fucking boxes of Series 1. You know, it's just these, you know. It's these ones. It's these common ones, what are they, just R cards? The R's? Yeah, see that? Because they're animated influences, it turns me right off, you know. It's because animated's just not me. That's okay, but I think that's a repeat. No, it's not. It's a different Megatron. That's good for me. You know how I feel about Megatron. Look, I was supposed to turn that Transformers 1 Megathon graphic off, but again, see, this is a lenticular, but it's obviously animated influence. Where we've seen lenticulars before, which are G1 influence, which I much prefer. I was meant to turn that graphic off, but one of the problems is with me is because I'm so sort of like simple-minded and shit like that. When it comes back to then me recording my actual Megathon, which I will be getting back into after this, I forget to turn the graphic back on. What are you going to do? I did mention it in one of my other videos though, like, obviously there's a part of me that I need to be not thinking about opening new cards, buying new cards, because I've got commitments coming up, you know. If you're in Australia, I've got a nice one there. I've got a nice one coming up. Sorry, I know. If you're in Australia, you would, and you're in a mortgage, your rates would have just come through. It being 23rd of August is the date I'm recording this, Saturday morning. So there's like $2,000. Thank you very much. See you fucking later. Oh god, that went down so good. Give me a high five. Like, really? That's honestly. Well, you know, just to do one of those ones where you got Bumblebee look sort of like saluting and he says something like Bumblebee reporting for duty. Give me a high five. Who's fucking writing this stuff? Who's fucking writing this stuff? Yeah, I did too. Look, I don't care because it's animated. Yeah, look, I was hoping for that. It's nice for me to see Jetfire on a card like this, because what I'm going to do, because it's G1, it's not. I'm going to actually top load this one straight away, and as well. And then I'll hold it back up to the camera. So it does have a bit of a bend, but the good thing about throwing in the top loader is that over time it sort of does straighten it out a little, you know. Yeah, like obviously when you think about what you're going to buy, you know, you look at AliExpress and different listings have different adverts, you know, the promotional material that often accompanies these things. And I would have seen this one a few times, you know. And I'm like, you know, it's a bit gritty for Jetfire. I kind of prefer more that sort of sleek white that you get with him, you know. I'm talking about classic Jetfire from G1. He was such a brilliant character, you know. Like when they first broke him out of the ice there, you know. Obviously in the show they were calling him Skyfire. He was a brilliant character. I liked that. They kind of had him as someone who was like a friend of Starscream's, but then obviously when the war started, you know, see that? This is the sun. Look, fucking hell. A measure of repetition can be expected, right? For fucking sake, look. Yeah, I mean, look. There is another one of these where he turns into the gun. Obviously, me being me, I'd rather get that one. Megatron is nice and all. Don't know who Six Gun is. But I'd prefer to get the Megatron turning into a gun. I like this though. This is, you know, regardless of, I suppose, my investment in the series, opening up cards is a fucking good time for me, isn't it? You know, it's really like, it's just like, because you never know what you're going to get. A Decepticon never retreats. So that's not a bad one, right? So a little bit better than give me a high five. I'll give you a fucking high five in a minute. That's not fucking terrible though, is it really? You know, it's a bit better of an expression. This is a good one for G1 Optimus, as far as obviously the truck looks sort of pretty clean there, really. And the character is obviously a nice G1-esque reference. Don't know who Green Light is. No fucking idea. But you know, we all have our own perspective, right? Like, we all come at this from a different angle, you know? Someone watching this, for example, might be more interested in animated than G1, you know? Which obviously is fine. I mean, that's just fucking the way it goes, isn't it, really? So then, I'm not keen on what Optimus is doing there. It's like he's, I don't know, he's got one hand extended, the other one sort of covering his face. But Till All Are One is obviously very good. Getting a few Dinobots this morning. I mean, that one's it's very busy. I think again because the level of lenticular tech isn't the best. And I do know obviously there are this is nice it being a UR. It's obviously one of the special cards as far as the set is concerned. So I'll put it over here in the corner. Sorry, I might take that off. Look, just remind me to put it back on. I'll fucking never remember, right? There you go. I'll put it over there in the corner next to that one, which obviously also was the UR. But obviously when it comes to these cards, I'm going to much more wanting to be getting G1-esque URs, which would be more this than obviously that. This obviously is a very animated influence. So the URs are nice. Like, they've put a bit of work into these cards. They're quite nice. But it's nice for me to get Megatron. I'll take Megatron in any way, shape or form, really. I mean, I'll say for the most part. Look, I won't pretend I'm not thinking about... Yellow Park really do good figures as well. You've seen a few behind me, really. I'll do another video of my evolving display at some point, you know. Hey, this is good. I quite like the Quintessol one, if I'm being honest. That ain't bad. That's the best one of those I've gotten, really, for me. Because obviously Quintessol's introduced in that movie that I fucking love so much. Control electricity and you control the world. I like the electricity reference because obviously when they introduced the Insecticons in that episode in Series 1, they had the ability to manipulate sort of lighting like that. Unfortunately for them, really, if I'm being honest, the Autobots figured out quite quickly that if they transform, they're obviously shielded. There's a word for it. And so they'd be fine. That's a nice Starscream. Yeah, I like Starscream, I do. He's such a fucking colourful character. It was a mark of genius, really, to introduce the Transformers, right? But even back then, to have one guy who was critical of the one in charge and wanted to be the leader, not a bad shockwave. Even then, it was clever. That was a good move on their part. It fucking really was. Never do what your enemy expects you to do, Wheeljack. I mean, where did that come from? You know? You could easily have had a reference to Wheeljack's lab or something like that, you know? Yeah. Again, it's really busy and the level of lenticular isn't great, you know? But they did sort of perfect that as time went by. Reflector. The Reflector was kind of... Reflectors, I should say. It was all like 3 of them or some shit. Were always really weird in the G1. You know, like it was 3 of them and they made fucking cameras or something. You know? A bit weird, isn't it, really? Chromia. Look, a very animated influence Hot Rod, of course. Not terrible, but not great. I will rule the universe. I mean, that's not a bad Starscream, is it really? It's always the last card in these packs where you get something good. Don't know who Hammerbite is. That's okay. See, I've got another one of these special ones here. That's a UR. Again, animated influence. I do like the work they've put into these cards, though. You know? Look, you know, when it comes to making cards, Kayou are at the top of their fucking game. I haven't really been looking at the back of these, if I'm being honest. I probably should have a bit more, you know. But I'm guessing they're all sort of like, this isn't bad because it's like you've got specs and a bit of a blurb on the back. I see that. Siege, War for Cybertron. I didn't see that before. So I know what you're thinking. Well, that's what fucking... You need to be looking on the backside, Simon, don't you? You know? You only got yourself to blame, haven't you, boy? What are you doing? You know? I mean, you know... Yes, I suppose. I could do a Google Lens thing a bit later on. You know, you get that app installed, you know. I think it's called Google Lens, right? Install the app, enable the camera, get it to convert Chinese to English, and then point it at it, and it converts it in real time. It's fucking good, you know. It's a good idea. Like when you're browsing AliExpress listings and stuff, and obviously a lot of this is going to be in Chinese, it's really good to see that, you know. Like it's handy for you to sort of read it. But you know what's weird, right, is that you pointed at it and you're getting a sort of close and it converts it into a certain text, right? And then you might pull back, for example, or you might be further back and then going close and it changes. But the word's the same. You know? It's fucking weird, isn't it, really? The mind is my playpen. Yeah, okay. You do you, bombshell. Fuck, you're weird, aren't you? Yes, it's the tank again. I wouldn't mind the gun one. You know? Not a bad sideswipe there. Not bad. Yeah, it's alright really, I suppose. Alright, so we've got one more left, plus the, after this one, plus the promo. It's not a bad series, but I am thankful to myself that I've cracked it now, because obviously Sharkcon's here. I am thankful to myself I've cracked it now, because I know I'm not really going to buy any more of these, you know. The fact that this is the first box and the only box of Series 1 I've bought, and I'm not sleeving every card straight away, is, you know, gives you some idea really, doesn't it? It does. Buzz Off, really? I know, look, Buzz Off is what they wrote on the XR for the 40th anniversary. For the, you know, it's Bumblebee. Fucking, you know, you go to, I can see it from here. You know, fantastic looking card as well. The treatments are great. I've said it before about the XR from the 40th. If you haven't got one, you're sort of missing out, right? But I don't want to be that guy. Like, you know, the only reason I haven't is because I've spent a lot of money. So if you want to be as stupid like me and spend a lot of money, have at it, right? But the XR, those XRs from the 40th, like I've got fucking all these cards, right? And I look around and I can see them, right? It's quite funny. I was watching myself turn around the other day, and I turned right around and I'm like, yeah, that's quite the bald spot you've got back there. It's quite funny, really. You know, that's what happens when you get older, right? You know, you're supposed to grow up though as well. But the XRs are the only card that glitter from every angle. It's fucking sublime. Like, when you just look at the sheer quality of the card, like that XR with Bumblebee from the 40th that I've got, and I might go through this again in another display update. That, you know, it just looks magnificent from every angle, because it always catches the glint, like the light, in every from every angle. Like even now I can see it, so it reflects off the card like a fucking rainbow or something. It's magnificent, right? But the problem I have with it is that they went with, you know, like the Grimlock one would be great, the XR from the 40th, because it's me Grimlock Love Challenge, you know. Megatron, I'm not sure, might be Show No Mercy or something like that. I've got Optimus 2 All-in-One, terrific, brilliant, right? Bumblebee, they wrote fucking Buzz off. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Like, it's not a good fucking move, really. You know? That might be a carbon copy of the Optimus lenticular I had before. This is pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad, is it, really? Fucking you badass. Fucking you are a badass, mate. Megatron. I love that scene when Starscream is about to drop him off. Sorry, did I press? No, it's okay. I love that scene when Starscream is about to drop him off outside, like let him go. You know, Astro Train is sort of taking them back home after the defeat at the in the '86 movie. You know, Autobot City. Oh, how it pains me to do this. I love that, eh? It really is so fitting that Megatron became Galvatron and then went back there and he had one thing in his fucking mind, mate. You know, it might have even been secondary to him obviously being leader of the Decepticons. He was there to kill Starscream. And fucking good, eh? You know, it's so Starscream couldn't wait to get rid of him, could he? You know, fucking good, really. Fucking good. You know, I've got a nice special card right at the end there, which I will do a bit of a reveal for. Remember, a Decepticon never retreats. That's a duplicate as well. Yeah, you can see the edge of the other one there. Alright, I'm only going to look at this one. I did not look at that other one there, although I'm sure you may have. Yeah, obviously animated influences. This is the last card. Let's see what we have. Yeah, got no fucking problem with you, mate. Yeah, look. Okay, despite what I've said about this series one, what a card to finish with. Oh, fucking dude, you are so bad. I wouldn't mind his cannon being on his arm though. But look, that ain't bad, is it really? I can't get enough of this. I don't know what it is, eh? You know? Like, there's a part of me that wants to say to my wife, if I'm going to work, I'm buying cards. You know? Fucking deal with it. Like, really. You know? Like I'm talking like I'm issuing fucking ultimatums or something, you know? Yeah. I don't know what that says, but obviously it talks about him. See that 38 there? See that in the writing there on that top line about the middle? That's obviously a reference to him turning into like that Walther P338, some shit like that. You know? Oh, mate. Yeah, look, these are... It's not a bad series. I could see the appeal with buying more, but it's extremely likely that I wouldn't now. I could see me getting more Series 3, more Series 2, more 40th, you know. I mean, look, at the time I record this video, I've cracked 74 of the 40th anniversary cubes. It's not a round number. I need to fit 80, 90, maybe 100, and I'll just go, right, that's it. You know? These are my two best cards from what I've just done, I reckon, really. Yeah, that's nice. I like the Jetfire as well. I do. That's going to go in my display next to my my Siege Jetfire. Some of these are good too. Like, that's not bad. Come on, focus on the card. Focus on the card. Oh, fucking badass. These are good too, mind you. I mean, the level of tech that went into the cards is very good, but I'm not keen on the animated influences, which this is obviously. But it's a shame because otherwise the cards are very impressive. They are. They're nice to look at. They look lovely from just about every angle. The Soundwave one is the best one for me because it obviously isn't quite so much an animated influence. Like, it's still there, you know. But they're my best ones, obviously. You know, there are other good ones too. I know there's another Megatron one like this one. There's a couple of the ARs, you know. But if you think about them being the ARs for this series one, actually, sorry, I still got the promo. Then I think the ARs, if I've got here a few of mine left over, these are the ARs from Series 3. You know? I mean, look, I don't know about you, but I just think they're a step above. They really are. They really are good. This obviously is one of the CRs from Series 3. Just a spare card I've got lying around, really. That's a lovely fucking Blitzwing, isn't it, really? What a fucking... Anyway. Let's open that, the promo, and then we are done. I mean, considered the damage the box took, I'm not unhappy with how that, that's not bad. PR. I didn't know they actually did that. Because this promo card, I wasn't expecting anything anywhere near as good as this, you know. The promo cards for Series 2 and Series 3 are nowhere near as good as this. That's a lovely little card to get right at the end there. I will sleeve and top load that as well. No fucking wrong with that. Obviously, if I'm being honest, I'd rather it not have been Bumblebee. B just won't leave me alone. But that's a nice one to get there. I still don't think I'll buy any more Series 1 because obviously no one's got like unlimited funds, right? You know? But for a card that's in a promo pack, that's fucking something else. That's really nice. Alright, thanks for watching. This has been Chaser SMC. Opens his probably first and only ever box of Kayou's Series 1 of Transformers. There are more card openings to come, of course. There are going to be more Subnautica videos coming, of course. There are going to be more whatever the fuck else I'm going to do videos coming, of course. Subscribe or don't subscribe, follow or don't follow, like or don't like. It's all the same to me. Yeah, alright. Now I'm going to put the empty packs back in here and tidy up. Thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, there's more coming. See you soon. We'll see you for the next time.